Two programs with great football tradition. Texas A&M with its sharp core of cadets. And the First Lady of Aggie Land, Reveille. There's the bearded mountaineer ready to go. And so is the West Virginia band, who plays country roads better than John Denver ever did. Welcome to the AutoZone Liberty Bowl on ESPN, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Today, the 7-5 Texas Aggies out of the SEC facing the 7-5 Mountaineers of West Virginia from the Big 12. Hello again, everybody, and Happy New Year. I'm Clay Matvick alongside my partner, former West Virginia tight end Anthony Becht, who promises to be on his best behavior today.
It's going to be a fantastic matchup between these two teams. I can't wait.
Speaking of West Virginia, they're in a bowl game in large part because of the play of their quarterback. Unfortunately, Clint Trickett announced his retirement from the game on Friday. He's had several concussions in the last 14 months.
Oh, he will be missed, there's no question. He's been the glue to this offense. Just under 300 yards passing a game. When he's dialed in, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in college football.
For more on Clint, here's Don Davenport.
Yeah, Clay, Clint Trickett said that he did everything he could to just get back even on the practice field to help his team prepare for this one. But at this point, he still can't get through a workout, and that led to his decision to retire from playing and step into coaching. And that's what you're going to see out of him here today. Now, he tells me he looks at quarterback Skyler Howard as his first student. He spent a lot of time working with him the last week to make him better. Now, he also tells me he's going to stand right next to head coach Dana Holgorsen all game. Coach telling him, guys, that he is going to be the eyes and the ears for Skyler Howard.
His new career starts today, and here is Skyler Howard making his second career start.
They had a good game against Iowa State. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Protect the football for this young man. And the one element he brings in this game, Clay, is the ability to move his legs, extend the play in the pocket, create something in the running game. That's an added feature Texas A&M will have to deal with today.
Coincidentally, the Aggies are not ending the season with the quarterback they started with. True freshman Kyle Allen has been the signal caller since November 1st.
Well, he gets his 5th opportunity. He's a true freshman, folks. It's been an up and down season, trying to pick up the offense. He's trying to get it down. The one thing he has is extremely talented wide receivers. He must get the ball out of his hands quickly today, avoid the pressure, and make smart reads to be successful for his offense today.
And for both quarterbacks, today serves as an audition for 2015. And here are the coaches. Kevin Sumlin, a couple of bowl wins and a Heisman winner in his first 2 seasons at Texas A&M. And his former offensive coordinator, Dana Holgorsen, has West Virginia in the postseason for the 3rd time under his watch. So an interesting element with both coaches who know each other so well.
Well, you got to think both of these guys want to prove something to each other, one learning from one another. So this would be a fantastic matchup between the 2 coaches.
Texas A&M won the toss, elected to receive. Michael Molinari has it in the air. We're underway from Memphis. And it's a short kick fielded by Noyle. Finds some room along the far sideline, gets across the 30, and Texas A&M will go to work on offense. Well, at first, the post-Johnny Manziel days were happy. A 5-0 start, including that impressive beatdown of South Carolina in the opener. But just as Kenny Hill was beginning to receive Heisman talk, that unsightly 59-0 shutout in Tuscaloosa. They did rally to win 2 of the last 4 games, including the stunning win at number 3 Auburn. Today they go for their 4th straight bowl win. Kyle Allen on the speed sweep, hands it off. A lot of operating room. Sabian Holmes is wrapped up as we take a look at Kyle Allen. Quite an odyssey at the quarterback position in the first year after Johnny football. This guy has stepped in and done a pretty good job.
A lot of quick passes on tape when I watch this young man. The question is, will they open up the playbook and let him shoot the ball down the field to his big wide receivers?
Kyle Allen chased, now finds a man wide open, caught. Josh Reynolds, touchdown. A 44-yard hookup, and that's a record setter for Reynolds. His 13th touchdown grab of the year.
That's a busted coverage, Clay. And when you get time and protection, the quarterback can see the field. And right there, West Virginia's defense loses Reynolds. If there's one guy on the field you don't want to lose, it's him. Came in with 12 touchdown catches and gets this rookie quarterback, freshman quarterback, off to a good start.
He just passed Mike Evans and Jeff Fuller with a single season touchdown record at A&M. And now this is Josh Lambo for the extra point. He has been perfect on those this year. 54 for 54. 7-0 Texas A&M. Kyle Allen, the rookie, hooking up with the sophomore Josh Reynolds from 44 yards away. I don't expect that we're going to see this pass touchdown for A&M be the only score in this game. These are two high-octane offenses.
They are. When you blow coverage like that, it's going to make it easy. Both of these defenses have to clamp down against these wide receivers.
Josh Reynolds, 44-yard touchdown reception. Taylor Bertolette ready to kick it off for the Aggies. Very dangerous Mario Alford back deep for the Mountaineers. He has 2 touchdown returns on kickoffs this year, including a 100-yarder against Alabama. Dancing toward the near sideline, gets loose and steps out of bounds short of the 30. Well, coming off a 4-win season, the schedule was daunting in 2014 for the Mountaineers. 5 top 12 teams they faced. The signature win came in mid-October against number 4 Baylor. Meanwhile, that offense set a program record, scoring 30 or more points in 8 straight, 9 overall, but all but one of those came with Trickett at quarterback.
Howard is a guy that can be explosive with his legs. It'll be an element they'll have to defend against, but get the ball to Kevin White, Alford down the field to make big plays in the passing game.
As Skyler Howard takes a shot deep, man wide open, standing at midfield and hauling it in is Jordan Thompson, the junior out of Katy, Texas. Nobody accounted for him. That's a gain of 22.
Nobody falling back in that zone. Thompson finds wide open, good protection. Howard finds the opening. Right now, both quarterbacks finding a nice groove against the defenses.
5 wide receivers here on first down at 10. West Virginia in plus territory. Howard will run. Skyler Howard, JC transfer, thrust into the spotlight. He's played well the last couple of games.
Yeah, well, there's only a small sample size on him. He played well against Iowa State. You see 0 interceptions. That's going to be key in this game. He must protect the football.
Look at Texas A&M. As Mark Hagan is the interim defensive coordinator. Mark Snyder was fired. That pass is incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and long as we look at the impact players.
Well, offensively, West Virginia, it's going to be Shell, the tailback. This kid is explosive. When he gets the ball, his first cut is down the field. White's a premier wide receiver, folks. He's going to be a big-time draft pick. Watch for Garrett, defensive end, the top sack leader on this team. And Matthews is a nosy safety that's going to be affecting in this running game.
44% on 3rd down are the Mountaineers. Howard sets, throws over the middle, and a big hit. And a penalty flag comes out. This could be targeting on Matthews.
This will be huge, too. Matthews is a guy they need in the back end. He's their senior leader. Big collision there. The question was, Clay, was it helmet to helmet on this play?
Personal foul. Defense. Number 31. It's a targeting foul. Will be disqualified. For 15 yards. Penalty has been enforced.
So Texas A&M just lost its starting strong safety, Howard Matthews. And the senior has played his last in a Texas A&M uniform. So now we'll probably see more of Donovan Wilson, Devontae Burns, Floyd Raven in that secondary because they have just lost Matthews to targeting.
You know, he's cheering off the field. I'd be pretty disappointed. Obviously, I'm getting knocked out of my last game as a senior, and he's a guy they're going to be sorely missing because he was one of their big playmakers. We talked about him being an impact player for this football game, and now he's out in the first quarter.
Again, we talked about this defense. It's been maligned. It has been beaten up. It doesn't have a full-time defensive coordinator, and now they're without Matthews. This is Dreamus Smith out of the backfield and gets to the 12-yard line. It is Devontae Burns making the stop after the 8-yard pickup. Burns is going to be one of the guys that's going to have to step up now in that A&M secondary.
Yeah, and that'll be a lot of pressure. It's been a tough year for this defense. Scheme-wise, making tackles, shedding blocks, all those things have to heighten here in the red zone.
8th play of the drive for the Mountaineers. Handoff. Smith again, and this time he is punched in the backfield. Driven down hard by Alaka, the true freshman with a very bright future for Texas A&M is number 42.
Yeah, one thing as a defender, can you get off blocks, shed them, and make tackles? That's one of the things that's been poor for this team, but they see a special talent in this young man. They say he does things that you can't coach as a coaching staff.
This Aggie's defense trying to force a Mountaineers field goal when Del Smallwood is in the backfield for West Virginia. 3rd down and 5. Howard sets to throw, going to the end zone, and it is caught, but out of bounds is Shorts. Dakeil Shorts, the sophomore, climbed the ladder and made an acrobatic catch, but out of bounds.
Yeah, he's got a corner route. Really nice ball, just can't get his body in bounds. Pulls it in for the catch, but just too much speed running that corner route pulls him out of bounds.
So now Josh Lambert, the Lou Groza Award finalist, 27 of 36. With a career long of 55, comes on 27 made field goals this year, tops in the country, and 122 points. Sets up from 32 yards out of the hold of Michael Molinari. And West Virginia is on the board with 7:49 to go here in the first quarter. Texas A&M gets in the end zone. The Mountaineers settle for a field goal. The Corps Cadets all fired up as A&M has the early lead here at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl alongside former West Virginia tight end Anthony Becht on Playmatic. As Texas A&M ready to get it back. Speedy Noyle, Trey Williams back to return this kick from Michael Molinari. This one is going to be short of the end zone as well. It's Trey Williams on the return, gets to the 20, the 25, and he's toppled at the 26. And let's take a look at our impact players brought to us by the U.S. Navy.
We already saw Reynolds. He's Mr. Touchdown. Caught one earlier in the game. Trey Carson is one of a few backs that's going to get the ball. He's the downhill, versatile running back. Quitakowski, linebacker, just under 100 tackles, been all over the field this year. And Carl Joseph, folks, we talk about a modern-day Ronnie Lott. This guy's going to bring the wood when those receivers come across the field.
He is a hard-hitting junior safety. And this is an aggressive defense for Tony Gibson, as the freshman throws it to the 30. Immediately slipping down is Reynolds. 7:24 to go here, opening quarter. And this is Trey Carson getting a touch, and then he's touched up by that defense of West Virginia. Shaq Riddick, number 4, by far the best pass rusher, but he's pretty good against the run too.
He is their top sack maker. He's got 7, but TFLs, you see the movement, the quickness. He's their Myles Garrett type of defensive end defender.
3rd and 9 for Texas A&M. Kyle Allen, time to throw, wants a deep ball, and it's nearly picked off. Probably should have been by Terrell Chestnut, the corner. It was double coverage, and he nearly had the INT.
But Chestnut does a nice job of getting on top of the receiver and really running the route for him. You see him right there, finding the football, staying ahead of Pope, number 18. Great job defensively, forcing another punt.
And that's the second 3 and out for Tony Gibson's defense. The first-year defensive coordinator has done a great job, Anthony, improving that unit. This return is no return for Vernon Davis. The 27. The punt again by Kaiser. Now West Virginia defense is fired up. Defense for Texas A&M again playing without Howard Matthews, the strong safety, ejected for targeting here in the quarter. A 1st and 15 now for West Virginia. This goes to Smallwood, and he'll grind and get to the 45-yard line of Texas A&M. A gain of 6. Donovan Wilson, a true freshman who's now playing for Matthews, makes the tackle.
And this backfield is full in the stable. They have a lot of youth, a lot of good running backs. This defense for Texas A&M has to continue to do well here. They're getting those 2nd, 3rd and longs, which can help them if they want to bring pressure. And they got to protect Myles Garrett because he can be a disruptor in the backfield for the defense.
2nd and 9, a little pump fake. Now going down the field, and again, that wasn't even close for Skyler Howard. Cody Clay, the tight end, is the intended receiver.
Well, the reason why that nobody was covered is because they never throw the ball to tight end. And it's a little fake slip screen. Cody Clegg's usually blocking that corner, and he just slips up the field. He is open. Howard just overthrows him, and that's some of the things we're going to have to watch in this game, getting on target for these young quarterbacks.
Did I sense some angst in your voice there about your alma mater's lack of use of tight ends?
Well, none of my records are going to get broken. Let's just say that.
Howard 4 of 8, 42 yards passing, throws it out into the flat for Alford here, who can create after the catch, and he does. The 10 stays on his feet into the end zone for a touchdown. The little receiver puts up big numbers, a 45-yard touchdown reception, and he did all the heavy lifting.
I'll tell you what, I'm shocked how off this coverage was. They had a cornerback blitz on the opposite side, and these defenders on the left-hand side were nowhere to be found. Alford had tons of room. And folks, you cannot give number 5 room. He's the fastest guy on this football team. And if you give him space, he can take advantage of it right there with his speed.
He has been a great compliment to Kevin White, who gets a lot of the press clippings, but Alford, an excellent receiver in his own right. That's his 11th receiving touchdown of the year. West Virginia leads for the first time in this game, as Lambert comes on and boots the extra point. It's 10-7 with 5:12 to go in the quarter.
And really, when you go back, look at this coverage, folks. Off coverage here, they're going to run 2 guys, to offensive wide receivers to block. Look at all the room that Alford has, and he's one guy that you don't want to give space to because of his speed. And the poor tackling shows itself a little bit there for Texas A&M. On the sideline, it's a great job by the wide receiver keeping his feet in bounds. But you got to be able to get off blocks, Clay. Right here, you got a one-on-one opportunity. Watts, a true freshman. He's growing and learning. The team loves him and his development. But you got to make that tackle when you're in open space.
Dana Holgerson probably saw that Howard was struggling with the passes downfield, gave him something short to Alford, and Alford made it look easy after he made the catch.
A lot of weapons at the wide receiver position. I think both quarterbacks, they need to find a groove, and it'd be smart for both of these coordinators. You saw West Virginia get their guys in a groove. Now let's see if Jake Spatavall, the coordinator for Texas A&M, does the same.
There's Trey Williams on the return again for the Aggies. And an ankle tackle at the 28. He falls ahead to the 31-yard line. Aggies back on offense. The true freshman has it intercepted. K.J. Dillon dives. Did he get in? Yes, touchdown. K.J. Dillon, a 35-yard pick six. Only the 14th forced turnover by this defense.
Yeah, and you see there he makes a great effort. Looks like he gets it in between the pylon. That's fantastic play. K.J. Dillon, folks, number 9. He's the gambler of this defense. He's the guy that makes everything go. He's the spur, the hybrid strong safety linebacker, falls into coverage.
Turn that pick into 6. And another extra point by Lambert. And it's 17-7 West Virginia, as they have scored 17 unanswered.
Well, they're trying to disguise. You got Kwiatkowski, the linebacker here, and Dillon. They're going to take the 2 inside receivers, but they're not going to play man. They're going to sit in zone and wait. And you see Dillon just fall away into the outside, and Kyle Allen doesn't read the defense properly. Good disguise by West Virginia. And the true freshman, this is that growing stage. He's got to be able to read coverages. He's got to be able to get pre-snap reads, and they're going to make it hard for him on defense, and West Virginia takes advantage of the situation.
And dancing toward the near sideline, gets loose, and Trey Williams on that return gets across the 25, but another flag. So Ben Compton, the backup center, getting the start today in place of Mike Matthews, who's got that ankle injury. Carson on the run, not much operating room. And now some tempers starting to flare. The officials are quick to get in there and separate. We don't want this to turn into a hockey game.
And the one thing that Texas A&M can do to help the young quarterback is this offensive line now coming back to this season was supposed to be the strength, and they've been up and down all season. They got to create some holes and get this running game going. You cannot rely on a true freshman quarterback to lead your team and make every play. Carson, these guys up front, Compton, the new center, they got to make some holes for this young man.
There he hits Noel at the 32-yard line. Noel, a five-star recruit, really lived up to the hype this year for Texas A&M. Named to the SEC All-Freshman team. He's a wide receiver and a terrific return man.
Yeah, and he was a quarterback in high school. It's his first year playing wide receiver. All these guys. Seals Jones was a former quarterback in high school. These guys got to get more experience, and they'll get that this upcoming season.
Carson cuts it up along the far sideline, stopped short of the 40. There is Joseph again. Boy, the junior hasn't missed a start in 3 years. It's a gain of 8, though. Second down and 2 here for Texas A&M on the move now to their own 40-yard line. Keep it on the ground this time, and nothing on that far sideline for Williams. He lost the football, but A&M recovers. Johnny on the spot is Jermaine Effetti, the right tackle. And near disaster for the Aggies.
Really was. Again, you see Joseph. Listen, folks, this guy's going to be around the football, and he's a creator. He's a big hitter. He gets right on that. Good job by the tackle, following his offensive players to get on top of that football.
Third down and 5 for Jake Spavital's offense. Here's Allen, has it down at the line of scrimmage, and West Virginia will force 4th down again. K.J. Dillon, who's already got an interception return for a touchdown, came in on the blitz.
Well, listen, they're going to bring pressure on the outside. They got their Sam linebackers, their Spo. Dillon coming off the outside, number 9. He's the gambler. Tall, lanky player, knocks down the balls. Listen, they're rushing 3 down linemen, but they're bringing 6 or 7 sometimes. And they're getting ready to bring it again, Clay. And you see Tony Gibson actually looks like he's taking it off and saying play.
Spavital going for it on 4th down. Bobbled. Now a man open, caught. Trey Williams got behind the secondary and scores. That aggressive defense for West Virginia sometimes gets out over its skis, and they did there.
You're right, Clay. When you bring pressure on defense and you take chances, sometimes it opens up holes for players to make plays. The key is the quarterback deciphering the information and getting the ball out of his hands to the right player. Right there, he found his wide open guy. Number 3, Williams, makes a nice catch, takes it to the house.
Lambeau's extra point, and it's 17-14. Jake Spavital, the 29-year-old offensive coordinator, an up-and-comer in this business, goes for it on 4th down, and they get the touchdown.
Yeah, Trey Williams is right here. He's going to slip through. West Virginia's going to bring all kinds of pressure right here. Who's got the back? They got the Rose, the nose tackle, trying to find the running back. That is not a great matchup. All Kyle Allen has to do is find him, float it up in the air. You see Rose not in a place where he can defend. Trey Williams is probably their fastest back. When he catches the ball, nobody's going to catch him. Great play design and good job by the freshman Allen to find the receiver, see the pressure, and make a big play.
Put this one in the end zone, but they're going to have to bring it out. Gibson had second thoughts, and once he stepped out, he had to keep on going past the point of no return. Howard stepping up in the pocket, wants to run. There's that dual threat ability you've been talking about, Anthony. And we're seeing it really for the first time on that play. Skyler Howard brings a dynamic that Trickett did not.
He's so dangerous. Watt here, you got to make sure when you're pressure in the pocket, you have somebody that's spying him. Nobody's home. And listen, you can't just run him down and tackle him. He's got some moves. Great job by Kevin White, showing his blocking ability on the outside to get him those extra yards.
Going deep this time for Jordan Thompson. Penalty flags again. Thompson somehow in that double coverage, made the catch at the 29-yard line. A gain of 43.
And but these DBs, Raven just gets, the receiver gets behind him, and he's trying to catch up to him. Some minor touching there, but it doesn't matter because Thompson has great ability to find the football, even with the distraction, and catch it to make the big play.
Already within Lambert field goal range, but West Virginia would love to get back in the end zone. Here's Howard. Deep handoff to Smallwood. Makes it right up the gut. And gets inside the 25-yard line down to the 22. It's a gain of 6 for Smallwood, who has shared time in the backfield with Shell most of the year. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Waste no time. Howard looking to throw again. Pressure coming off the edge. Getting away from the pass rush and throwing downfield, and might see another flag here. Looks like maybe Shell stepped out, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Right there, he steps out.
Maybe the last play of the first quarter. They need the 19 for a first down, and that's overthrown. And again, Skyler Howard, when he has missed high. Intended for Jordan Thompson. With 2 seconds left in the first, it's 4th down.
Yeah, and Thompson's really wide open against the fake slip screen, and they're going to slide the blocker, the receiver who's blocking on the slip screen, up the seam. They did it with the tight end earlier on the outside. Again, Skyler Howard's missed both of them, both wide open, big plays left on the field.
40-yard attempt for Lambert. NCAA record for more field goals of 40 yards or more than anybody. He's got 15 this season. And that's right on the screws. 20-14, West Virginia leading. That's how the first quarter comes to an end.
Looks like we're getting our money's worth in this football game. Two great teams, two great offenses going at it. Down the field plays, great running game, and defense is making big plays, setting up for a great second quarter.
First meeting between these two storied programs. 20-14, West Virginia leading at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl here in Memphis as we start the second quarter. This is the 7th oldest bowl in college football. Alongside former West Virginia tight end Anthony Becht, Clay Matvick. It was an entertaining yet long first quarter. Texas A&M is set to get the ball back. On the return, it's Trey Williams. There's a touchdown receiving. He is dangerous in the return game too. A stiff arm, and he drags a tackler to the 40-yard line. Two quarterbacks here today, AB, who are essentially auditioning for 2015. What do you think so far?
Well, Kyle Allen's got a lot of pressure right now. He's got to decipher information and make some big plays. You saw the touchdown pass. That was good for his really momentum in this game. Skyler Howard on the flip side, he's not breaking any completion records right now. He's missed a couple wide open receivers, but his legs, his ability to run the football and extend plays, you already saw is dangerous when he's out there. Nobody's spying on him. Let's see if Texas A&M can make some changes to lock a defender on him.
And that interception he threw, really the difference in this game. It was returned for a touchdown. Trey Carson here on the ground for Texas A&M. Kyle Allen took over that starting job the last 4 games after sophomore Kenny Hill lost the job on the field, but on top of that, Hill was suspended. He fell out of the good graces of the coaching staff, and he just turned the keys to the car over to Allen.
He came out like gangbusters, 5-0. He had a 500-yard game that opened up the season. I think America thought that Texas A&M was on the map, and as the season went through, 8 straight games, no bye week, just was a little much for the maturity and the growth for this team in the whole.
On 2nd and 6, caught at the 35 by Kennedy. The senior got open and came back to the football. It's a first down to the 34-yard line.
There's some pushing here at the end of the top of the play here by Kenny. But you know what? That's a crafty move by the senior. He understands where he has to be. Been the most consistent receiver and the leader of this core.
Gain of 22. Now Allen to throw on first down. Again, that turf looks a little slick as Sabian Holmes lost his footing. Catch made. It's a gain of 8 yards as Allen is moving the offense now to the 26-yard line. Second down and 2 for Texas A&M. Trey Carson in the backfield. They'll give it to him. And he's got a first down to the 20-yard line. Allen really proved he could handle the starting quarterback job for the Aggies too when they went on the road to Auburn, Alabama, upset the #3 team in the country. He threw for 277 that day and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's grown during this season in his short play so far the end of the year. I just think when you talk to the coaches, he just has to process information faster, don't take sacks, and get the ball out of his hands quickly.
Down to the 11-yard line. That's Kennedy again. And you see Kenny Hill, 8 starts, what he did. Great numbers, especially that opener against South Carolina where he threw for 511 yards, an A&M record. But Allen, since taking over, he's been steady enough.
Yeah, I think the one thing Allen hasn't done as much is throwing the ball down the field. Kenny Hill did a nice job of that early. They haven't taken many chances with Allen so far since he's been the starting quarterback.
As Texas A&M has it in the red zone, and now they're in the end zone. Malcolm Kennedy, the touchdown catch from Kyle Allen, his second touchdown pass. Flags come out at the end. But Kennedy gets loose. And Texas A&M in the end zone.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Excessive celebration after the score. Therefore, the foul will be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, that's 3 personal fouls right now for them. I know they're excited in the celebration. One-on-one coverage. You got Worley, their best corner, over Malcolm Kennedy, the senior leader of this wide receiving core. Runs a nice slant route, gets in front of him. Allen throws a ball in front where he can catch it, away from the defender. Nice play.
5th touchdown catch of the year for Malcolm Kennedy. And A&M goes back in front. Well, Kyle Allen, the rookie, second touchdown pass of the day. He goes to the senior. West side of Kyle Field imploded to make room for $450 million worth of improvements, which will be done by the season opener next season. It'll make the capacity 102,500. And I hope that's enough, because this year they averaged over 105,000 for the very first time. Kevin Sumlin has done wonderful things with the program, and the fan base has responded.
Got to stay up with the Joneses. More seats and more suites, and they're putting them in there in Texas A&M.
What a game we've got. Back and forth, and Texas A&M regains the lead. It's now 21-20 with 12 and a half to go here before halftime. Taylor Bertolette. Short kick. This is going to be fielded at the 14 by Mario Alford. Gets behind a blocker. Gets to the near sideline, the 40, 45, and out near the 48-yard line. Second in the nation in return yards per kickoff. That's a 34-yard return for Alford. So West Virginia, who had a 3-and-out on its first possession, has scored 20 points since. Marshall Shell. Carey's going to get a handful. A couple of field goals, a 45-yard touchdown catch, and a 35-yard pick six for West Virginia since that 3-and-out. Clint Trickett, who transferred from Florida State, is jetting from Memphis right to LA for that game. So you can watch his old teammates, Florida State, take on the Ducks. This is Skyler Howard going deep downfield. Caught! Touchdown, Kevin White. A 50-yard touchdown pass as White got behind DeShazer Everett, and West Virginia quickly regains the lead.
Everett's got one-on-one coverage against one of the finest receivers in college football. And folks, he's not just freaky athletic, he's got great speed. Look at the distance between the corner he's made early in the route. The ball was hanging up in the air, but you know what? He's so athletic. He drops it right in his hands. Great throw by Skyler Howard. And Kevin White continues to impress. He's going to be an early draft pick coming out this year for the NFL.
Second touchdown pass for Howard. And the fourth play of 20 yards or more today for the Mountaineers, as it's now 27-21.
Well, it's one-on-one coverage. Number 23 here, the safety that should be helping him, is facing inside. He's going to rotate. They're going to try to bring a linebacker back, but he's well short of getting back deep enough. So basically, it's on Everett. One-on-one, and folks, this is not a fair matchup. It's tough enough, and it hasn't been Everett. It's been every corner that he's played against this season.
I'll see what A&M does for response after our third lead change. Speedy Noyle driven out near the 34-yard line. And the run for Williams. He's got the first down, and he's got it at the 40-yard line for Texas A&M. Nick Kwiatkowski, the glue of that defense, as you said, able to finally make the stop. But A&M's on the march here with plenty of time on the clock and all three timeouts at Jake Spavital's fingertips.
Yeah, and Trey Williams has been dangerous so far early in this game.
I'm gonna whistle here. Not sure why.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it gives an advantage to West Virginia. They got him on the ropes, and they make a quick substitution. Gives them some time to catch a breath here.
Well, they spot the football at the 39. They start the clock up. No explanation.
Adjusting the chains, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that fixed. And we're under 2 minutes to go in the half. Kyle Allen, a little bobble in the backfield, and he is dropped. Kwiatkowski quick to wrap him up. And the Aggies again avoiding a bad play there.
Yeah, it looked like a busted play in the backfield. And
1 of 5 today on third down. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 here. Allen out of the gun, backing up, throws it, screen to Trey Carson. He's got a first down and more. Down to the 17-yard line. Dillon and Joseph finally make the tackle. That's a gain of 20.
yeah, really nice play call design here. Just taking advantage of a defensive line that's been coming up the field. They dump it off to Carson. He gets a big gain and gets him a much-needed first down, gets him closer into the red zone.
Allen takes a shot at the end zone. It's incomplete. Sabian Holmes was the receiver. Terrell Chestnut covering him. So now 2nd down and 10. And the clock stops with 1:35 to go. A&M still has 2 timeouts remaining. It's a real test for the true freshman here in crunch time at the end of the half.
And you see that dummy snap count they're using? It's allowing Kyle to survey the defense, the coaches to see the defense. They want to change the play, see if there's a blitz, gives them a little bit of an advantage.
There's Trey Carson. Get 3. Carson will head to the sideline. Bring Trey Williams back as that clock continues to run. 3rd down and 7. We've got a great field goal kicker in Josh Lambo. They would love to get in the end zone and get a chance to take the lead back. But in trouble here is Allen on the 12th play. Gets away. First down, and he dives for the pylon. Did he step out? No! Touchdown! What a great job by the freshman Allen to stay in bounds and score from 14 yards out. And it looked like a doomed play.
Number 97, Wachuko's coming on the outside, and he flushes out, he creates, he just spins around. Nobody's home to contain. Great drive, great ability. Sticks his shoulder down, and look, this kid's a competitor. Keeps his feet in bounds before the ball, and his body falls out, crosses the goal line. I'll tell you what, it's a big touchdown. We got a ball game.
And Texas A&M regains the lead. And Texas A&M will have the lead at the half, 28-27. What a half it was. 4 lead changes, many big plays, and penalties. A huge factor in this game, including one that kept a drive alive for Texas A&M and allowed them to take the lead here in the first half.
Defensive adjustments is what I want to see. Which team's going to make those adjustments to stop each other in the second half?
Let's go down to Dawn.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Coach Holgerson, A&M with a little bit of momentum there going into the half. What do you need to do defensively to slow them down?
Well, you know, they're doing a good job of mixing it up, running pass. You know, I thought we had a thing in pretty good shape there with a couple of minutes to go. We decided to drop a couple of balls on offense, get a couple of holding calls, which put us in some bad situations, gave them the ball back, and then we got to stop them. You know, that's too much for them on offense.
All in all, though, Skyler Howard, how would you assess what he's been able to do?
Competing. You know, he loves to play the game. He's competing. We got to get him settled down a little bit. He got kind of fired up there at the end, but fun game, pretty entertaining.
Sure is. Thank you, Coach. Play.
2 young quarterbacks, ironically, each with exactly 195 yards passing in the first half and multiple touchdowns. John Saunders, Mark May, Butch Davis in the studio for the halftime report right after these messages. Welcome back to the AutoZone Liberty Bowl on ESPN, part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Halftime here at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, 28-27 Texas A&M. First half stats, and each quarterback with 195 yards through the air. 3 touchdown passes for Allen, 2 for Howard. Allen did throw the pick 6, but it is Texas A&M with a 1-point lead as we start the second half. West Virginia will get the football to start half number 2, and there is Skyler Howard. Taylor Bertolette to kick. Mario Alford to return. Shelton Gibson also back there as well for the Mountaineers. West Virginia's run game struggled a bit in the first half. I'm sure that's something they addressed at halftime as Alford brings it ahead to the 20, 25, 30, and on his feet out to the 34-yard line. Pretty obvious that some cheap shots were taken on that sideline as Shell gets the carry to the 40-yard line for West Virginia, who had just 41 yards rushing in the first half. That's a gain of 7 for Shell.
Well, defensively for Texas A&M, you saw a little pressure at the end there. They were able to get to Skyler Howard right before the half, and Myles Garrett and company, those are the players who are going to have to make things happen to try to stop and bring down some of this offense of West Virginia.
Second down and 3. Howard wants to throw his first pass attempt of the half, and incomplete contact. Thompson bumping in the secondary with Everett, and it lands incomplete. 3rd down and 3 as we go down to Dawn.
Guys, maintaining poise was addressed at the half by Coach Sumlin. He said he told his guys, you don't win this ball game by talking. That's not how it's won. So he did address that. Now, he said defensively he was really disappointed that they haven't been able to force any turnovers. That's going to be a focus here this half. Offensively, he said they've got to help out Kyle. They've got to be able to run the ball to give him a little help.
Yeah, A&M just 12 forced turnovers all year, 117th in the country. That's near the basement. 3rd down and 3. Howard sidesteps and throws, but it's incomplete. Alford couldn't haul it in. Kind of underthrown, and now 4th down as West Virginia sees this drive stall out quickly.
Good job by Texas A&M. They cover it nice. They force a bad pass by Skyler Howard there and get off the field. 3 and out. That's exactly what they needed to get their offense back on the field.
Speedy Noyle, primary return man on punts, kickoffs for Texas A&M, standing at the 20. He's going to see this bounce, checks up, takes a nice Texas A&M bounce the other way to the 35. And that's where the Aggies will have it, leading by a point. We're just underway in the second half here in Memphis at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Happy New Year. And Sumlin and Texas A&M trying to win a 4th straight bowl game here today. That would be a program record. They're in their 6th straight bowl overall as Carson gets into the second level, gets out of a couple of tackles and takes it to the 16. Darryl Worley, the cornerback, finally brings him down.
Oh, it's a great job here. Downhill runner. They just block him up. The offensive line making a quick hold. Nobody's home at the second level. And you better wrap up Carson. He's a big tailback, downhill runner. Having a great game. One of our impact players, Clay.
It's a gain of 38 for the Aggies. It's Carson again at 235. And when he gets into a full gallop, it's hard to wrestle him down. It's a short pickup there, 2nd down and 8 for Texas A&M.
And we talked about how you get a true freshman to be successful. Rushing yards. Get your running backs involved. 142 rushing yards right now for Texas A&M. That's been big in helping this young quarterback succeed.
And it wasn't good the last 6 games or so down the end of the regular season. They rushed for less than 600 total the last 6 games. They got it on the ground here again with Carson. Barrels inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. Christian Brown, backup defensive end for the Mountaineers, makes the stop. That's a gain of 5 for Trey. They've got 2 Treys and 2 Williams in the backfield for Texas A&M. Sometimes it's easy to get confused. So 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Aggies. Kyle Allen out of the gun. Play fake. Looking to the end zone. Rolling out. Throws across his body and throws it through the back of the end zone. And it's going to be 4th down. K.J. Dillon, who had that pick 6 in the first half, was right up in Allen's face. And the field goal unit comes out.
Yeah, they tried to get a quick slant right off the read. Fake action with the back. Wasn't there. Always tough when you're rolling to the left. As a right-handed quarterback. Takes a big shot there by Dillon. Good job by the defense of taking away that inside slant and forcing a field goal, but a nice drive by Texas A&M to get themselves in scoring position.
26-yard attempt for Josh Lambo. The Aggies add to their lead. Senior from Middleton, Wisconsin, making it 31-27. Texas A&M here in Memphis. 31-27 Aggies on top of the Mountaineers, and I'm very proud of you today, Anthony Becht, a former Mountaineer yourself. You've been very unbiased. You've tried to have a professional decorum about you, which is unusual.
Well, you know what? I mean, listen, I love watching Texas A&M. I think they had a great coaching staff. They've done a nice job this season. And West Virginia, like 2 very similar teams, very similar coaching styles, and players on both sides that can make big plays.
There's Alford out at the 19 for West Virginia. Skyler Howard pressured off his back foot. Incomplete. No one even close. Team's number 2 tackler. He had 16 tackles in a game against Arkansas this year. Now going to the air again, and that's sails high, 2 for Skyler Howard. We said it in the first half, Anthony. When he's missed today, it's been very high.
Well, 2 things. Stepping into your throw, setting your feet, and following through with your release. Right now, he's letting the ball off quickly out of his hand. It's sailing over top of his receivers, and you're right, we've seen that several times today. And again, another good defensive stop by these Aggies.
Howard now missing on 4 of his last 5 pass attempts. He's going to have to punt it away here. Bounces at the 45-yard line and stays right around that spot on the field. A 36-yard punt. Cue Kyle Allen and the Aggies offense here with 10.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 15 of 24, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception return for a touchdown. Again, I thought he really proved himself in that Auburn win on the road earlier this season. Nice run after the catch. And that's going to be a 1st down for Texas A&M. Again, Kyle Allen is playing because Kenny Hill was suspended mid-season. But you talk to the coaches and they say that Hill actually lost the job and Kyle Allen won it. That was before the suspension factored in.
Yeah, it was a quick rise and a quick fall for the young man, and obviously paid dearly for some of the mistakes, and he's got to come back and fight back for his position because Kyle Allen right now is leading the team.
Trey Williams with a big 1st down run as you look at Kenny Hill. He even garnered Heisman Trophy consideration after passing for 5'11" in the opener against South Carolina. But then after that shellacking at the hands of Alabama, he was nowhere near that conversation.
Well, the guy that replaces a Johnny Manziel and comes out like that in the first game is going to get some high praise and a lot of cameras in his face. And it was going to be tough for the true freshman, the redshirt freshman, to handle it.
Nick Kwiatkowski with the first sack of the day for West Virginia. He's the tackles leader, tackles for loss leader for the Mountaineers. There's Wachuku also in on the stop. That's a loss of 4. Second down and a mile for A&M. And Williams is going to be tripped up at about the 40-yard line, maybe the 38. There's where they're going to spot it. Carl Joseph, who's been very active today for West Virginia, making the stop.
I think the biggest thing when you watch Joseph on tape is his ability to designate run and pass and make a quick decision. And that's huge at the safety position, because you want to be a big hitter, but you got to be shored up in the passing game as far as protection. And he understands and reads things and sees what the quarterback's doing and can process information quickly.
Second series of the half for the Aggies. They got a field goal on the last series. Third down and 20. Allen sidesteps a tackle, throwing on the run, has a man caught at the 18-yard line. A pretty pass and catch for the first down. Ricky Seals-Jones with his first reception of the day. Give him 22.
Yeah, you see him get outside, and Ricky Seals-Jones just putting his arm up. Big 6'5" target. Redshirt freshman. This young man's got stars written all over him. A lot of young receivers that are going to be big-time receivers in a couple years.
Williams bouncing to the outside, gets free, and gets to the end zone. What a run for Trey Williams. Touchdown, Aggies.
Well, when you watch these running backs, and I said it earlier, this guy is fast and quick, and he can make big plays, and you got to get touches for this kid. And you see the quickness, his ability to make defenders miss and get to the end zone. Very close there, too, as it was his knee down right before the line. Either way, a great effort, a great job of the offensive lineman making plays to get it close down there and get him that chance.
And Texas A&M poised to go up 11 points. And they do. As Lambo splits the uprights. You know, he's not very big, 5'8", 195, but as you can see, he's got great power, shedding tacklers, getting it to pay dirt for the Aggies here in Memphis. Here's Trey Williams on the sideline. Texas A&M now leading by 11, biggest lead of the game for either team. 38-27, 7:44 to go in the third quarter. 17 unanswered by the Aggies. The Corps Cadets. His overcoat's coming in handy here today. It's chilly. It was supposed to be sunshine today. Isn't that what they were saying in the forecast all week?
And what's that guy eating? A corn dog? That thing's huge. That looks good. We got to get one of those after the game.
Gibson and Alford, as they have been all day, back to return. This one's going to go through the back of the end zone.
You got to get back to the running game, if you ask me.
And they do just that on the first play of this series. It's Smallwood ahead for about 7. You know, and Howard really benefiting from that extra month of practice after the regular season finale before the bowl game. But nothing is like game reps.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small sample size for the young man. The one thing he hasn't done is made an interception and thrown a big pick to give it to the defense. But I think we can help him, just like Texas A&M is doing, is running the football and being effective on that side of the game.
And Howard runs here. It's maybe a yard as Walker brings him down. And again, Clint Trickett, who was the tremendous quarterback during the regular season, retired on Friday because of multiple concussions in recent months. And he's going to go into coaching, just like his dad, just like his brother. His brother is the offensive coordinator at Samford. Dad Rick, the O-line coach at Florida State. Third down and 1. Howard launching it deep down the middle of the field, and it's caught by White. Kevin White, the All-American, down to the 21-yard line.
Really great throw. Almost felt like he was going to overthrow the ball. But look at the win right off the line of scrimmage and the speed to get to the football. Great throw, great catch, and a game-saving touchdown tackle there by Harris.
Clint Trickett had great chemistry with Kevin White during the regular season, and Howard was trying to develop that during the bowl practices. And hook up for 45 on that one. Howard's going to take a shot, and he finds Alford. But it's incomplete. Alford had it, or should have had it, and it's second down.
Yeah, really a nice throw by Howard here. Tough right behind the defender. Just from a placement standpoint, would have been a tough catch, blind catch for Alford. Just couldn't hold on to it.
So second down and 10. Alford lined up to the near side this time. He'll go in motion. They hand it off for Shell, and he is whipped down at the 15-yard line. Great play by the Texas A&M defense, led by Donovan Wilson, the strong safety, who has been playing ever since the first quarter when Howard Matthews was ejected for targeting.
It's a great play right there. Number 18 just shoots through, makes a nice play. They need him to step up with Matthews down.
Now third down and 12. Howard throws, incomplete, again high. Kevin White was the target, and the injury to Lambert is obviously severe enough where they're warming up another kicker. But they are going to send Lambert out there apparently.
I think the common thread, Clay, is stay away from the kickers no matter what. Yeah. This referee crew is showing that they're going to call a personal foul. So Texas A&M on this instance has to be aware of that. Moving forward in this game, they're killing themselves. They're very fortunate they didn't give up a touchdown.
This from 31 for Lambert. Hey, a tip of the hat to that guy to come on out and perform like that after that play just a minute ago. So Lambert makes it an 8-point game. So West Virginia again has to settle for 3. And a historic postseason for college football this year. 4 teams in that college football playoff. It's going to really make New Year's Eve and New Year's Day extra special for sports fans. Speedy Noyle on the return to the 22. He spun, stays on his feet. It's across the 25, and there he is knocked out of bounds. So look at that schedule, and it was a murderer's row. It always is in the SEC West. And the loss to Alabama, 59-0. Then they were able to beat ULM and Auburn to get to 7 wins before back-to-back losses to end the regular season. Here's Trey Carson. Wow, lowers the shoulder, gets an extra yard. It should be a first down. Trey Carson, again, their biggest back at 6 foot, 235, and the Aggies will move the chains.
Right now, the defensive line for the Mountaineers, Rose, Riddick, Wachuco, these guys have to win their one-on-one battles and get some more push. The offensive line for Texas A&M, who's been up and down roller coaster season, has really done a nice job of getting these backs to the second level, and these guys have gone to work and made big plays.
So Carson, who's well over 100 yards, goes off. Williams comes back in. They fake it to Williams. Throwing is Allen, caught. First down to the 32-yard line, Josh Reynolds. What a year for the sophomore from San Antonio, but here he is slow to get up. Pickup of 18 for Reynolds.
Beautiful route here, just a slant route, gets on top of the safety who's down in the box. We talked about Joseph coming down. Let's see if he gets hit in the shin or... It's hard to tell there exactly when it happened, but a little shaken up.
Yep. Howard just 19 yards on 7 carries today. There's Trey Williams again, cutting it back, stays on his feet. Man, he's been impressive today with his balance. Finally brought down at the 15, a gain of 5. Joseph, Dillon, both there for the stop as we are under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Texas A&M leading by 8 on the march again in the red zone. They're 86% on the year. Red zone scores. Second down and 5. Trey Williams, that time he slipped.
And West Virginia's lucky. I'll tell you what, they're gashing these guys early in this game right now, and they got to stay on there because I'll tell you, West Virginia is lucky he fell down.
How about that? I think I jinxed the guy. I said he had great balance, and then he does this.
Well, he's shifty. When he makes cuts, they're violent cuts. Right there, he couldn't keep his feet, but no one touched him through the first level of the defense. Right now, West Virginia has to find a way to stop this running game.
Williams averaged 7 yards per carry during the regular season. They give it to the big man, Trey Carson. He does the dirty work to get the first down. And it'll be first down and goal to go for Texas A&M with 50 seconds to go in quarter number 3.
The one thing I think Texas A&M is going to have to do is run it in for a touchdown. It's an amazing stat, Clay. This defense for West Virginia has not allowed a second half touchdown pass the entire season. Hard to believe.
Yeah, it is. And another long drive here for Texas A&M. Throw into the end zone, looking for Kennedy, and he got it.
Check that.
Kyle Allen hits Malcolm Kennedy. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
It's an out and up route. Just lays it up. Beautiful pass. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. Allen has stepped up in this game. Kennedy with the big catch, the leader of this wide receiving corps, senior, last game. Those are the kind of plays you like to see. Feed your players the ball. Great play.
Senior going out in style. That's his second touchdown catch of the day. Extra point for Lambeau is good, and it's 45-30. As A&M goes back up a couple of scores.
Almost a rub there. Receiver actually touches the defender but keeps his route going. That's what you got to do. We've seen some plays over the season where receivers have hit the defender and stopped. He continues his route. So from a referee's perspective, they're not going to throw a flag on that. Great job on that play. Great throw. Great catch.
Got to give a lot of credit to the interim defensive coordinator Mark Hagan here today. Obviously that extra month of bowl prep has paid off for that defense. They're going to throw right away. Howard dances in the pocket and again sails it high. Intended for Thompson. And that's been the Achilles heel for Howard. When he's missed, it's been up, and keep doing that, and eventually someone in the secondary is going to pick you off.
Yeah, you know, a little too much on his shoulders today right now. Throwing the ball, first down. Let's run the ball. You got 3 running backs that can run it. Let these guys run. The offensive line has done well. And listen, Texas A&M, throw it all you want. He's been off so far in the second half, and you're playing into Texas A&M's hands.
2nd and 10. Here they do run it with Shell. Stiff arm, but what a great play defensively by Everett. He swatted that stiff arm away, stuck with Shell, and brought him down. That's how the quarter is going to end. Texas A&M building a 15-point lead going to the 4th quarter here in Memphis. The AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Texas A&M, West Virginia. We go to the 4th quarter when we come back. There's the AutoZone Liberty Bowl trophy. For the winner of this game, we head to the 4th quarter, and Texas A&M on a 24-3 run. Lead it by 15. It was a 1-point game at half, but Texas A&M since halftime has really asserted itself.
Yeah, there's no question. They made the adjustments they need to make defensively to slow down the offense. Skyler Howard's been off, not making the completions and connecting to wide receivers at a consistent clip. And right now, 3rd and long, tough situation to convert.
3rd and 12. Play action. Howard throws. Incomplete. 4th down. And Howard this half, 2 of 13, 44 yards. First half, the numbers were pretty good. Really good. And just hasn't had it here since halftime.
Well, he's been off. He hasn't had the reps the entire season. Obviously, he came off a big game against Iowa State. But listen, you know, he's still growing. He's still learning. I think that was a big question mark, how he could play a full game, back-to-back, especially in the big moment here, Clay, in a bowl game, trying to lead his team. And I think they got to help him out a little bit with the running game. First down's been a big pass down for West Virginia. I think they need to change that up, being 2 scores down.
And Trey Williams hits it across the midfield stripe, a gain of 5. Kwiatkowski wraps him up, and you see Compton limping a little bit, but he's not coming out. You can bet that. Oklahoma Clemson, the Russell Athletic Bowl coming up as soon as we are done. It's currently on ESPN2. And then later tonight, it should be good when Arkansas meets Texas. Former conference rivals. They used to meet every year. One of the great rivalries in college football, renewed here in the postseason. Play fake on second down. Allen is spun back and sacked at the 38 by Wachuku. Great sports on TV, especially college football, with the very first college football playoff set to unfold as Allen takes off on 3rd down and 17. He'll get a handful back as that clock winds under 5 minutes now, and Texas A&M, even though they're ready to punt away, things look pretty good for the Aggies right now to get out of Memphis with their 4th straight bowl victory.
Yeah, well, 4.5 on the clock. West Virginia has shown that they can score quickly, but today the quarterback has just been, second half especially in this game, has just been inaccurate. They haven't been able to get the passing game going, Clay, and they haven't been able to help him with the running game, which obviously Texas A&M has taken advantage of and ran the ball effectively.
Kaiser shanked his last punt. Better on this boot. And a fair catch called for inside the 10-yard line. It's a 51-yard kick for Kaiser. 4:19 to go here at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl in Memphis. Kyle Allen, the true freshman from Scottsdale, Arizona, trying to get his first bowl victory as a starting quarterback, and he's done pretty well today. 5 total touchdowns, 4 passing, 1 rushing.
You see thrown out of the pocket, he's been accurate. Seeing the blitz when it comes and finding the open receiver, the back in the open field and the vertical route, hitting his senior Kennedy, and then showing you a little running ability that he hasn't shown all season. And then again, back to Kennedy, a perfect dime to the outside there. He's really had a fantastic game.
And he is our Capital One player of the game. The interception that he threw in the first quarter, and Dillon took back for the touchdown, that put West Virginia up by 10. A freshman could have gone in the tank. He did not.
I think you're right. There's no question. Coming back from adversity, we see it every week in somebody's game. Quarterback makes a mistake, and then it compounds to more mistakes. He today has taken advantage of that, shook it off, and had a fantastic game today.
And Kevin Sumlin said it many times here in the days leading up to the bowl game that the 2015 season starts right now. It's been a great audition for Allen as Kevin White takes it out of bounds. From the 43, thrown incomplete. White couldn't haul it in. Vontae Harris is there in the secondary. So now 3rd down and 10 for West Virginia.
And that's a ball, Kevin White, even though it's a little behind him in high, that's balls that he's been able to catch this year that made him great.
Skyler Howard, they need this one. And nearly intercepted. Armani Watts, the true freshman playmaker in that Aggies secondary, nearly iced this football game.
I'll tell you, this kid's going to be special. We talked about a lot of young players. Reads the route, almost gets the interception. He's got 3 on the season, leads the team as a true freshman. He's going to be a good player here in the future.
This might be it for West Virginia. On 4th down, Howard steps up, he's got it. And he's down to the 40 of Texas A&M. The ball comes out at the end, and they're going to say he was down at the 39. But Skyler Howard keeps the drive alive, an 18-yard run with 3:10 to go.
Yeah, you see here, he's trying to make a play with his legs. Good job. Elbow hits the ground, ball bounces out. Correct call.
Sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. Trying to lead West Virginia back with little time to do it in. Good run here for Smallwood. Inside the 10. Down to the 4-yard line. What a run for Wendell Smallwood. Give him 35, first down and goal to go for West Virginia.
There's plenty of time in this game, and Smallwood does a nice job mixing this run play. Good blocking up front. Would have liked to have gotten out of bounds to stop the clock, but still, they have 3 timeouts, folks. They can get a quick score without burning one. They're going to get a chance in this ball game.
They have scored just 3 since halftime. Howard rolling out. Caught. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Elijah Wellman, the redshirt freshman tight end. A 4-yard touchdown catch, and the Mountaineers are alive.
They run a little naked route here. The fullback out of the backfield. Tight end runs a corner route. He's able to get over the line of scrimmage there. The goal line, score a touchdown. They make this kick with 3 timeouts, Clay. 1 possession game.
Elijah Wellman hardly getting any touches during the regular season, with a big touchdown here late in the bowl game. Interesting to see. Would they try an onside early, or would they wait and try and get the defense to get him the ball back the old-fashioned way?
Yeah, 3 timeouts, kick it off, go down there and just rely on your defense.
45-37 with 2:32 to go, and we've got an interesting finish. Teams with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. See what the kicking unit decides to do here. They are going to kick it deep. And it's going to roll into the end zone, so Texas A&M will have it at the 25-yard line. Kyle Allen takes the snap, and they hand it off. They'll burn as much clock as they possibly can with Trey Carson on that carry. And immediately a whistle as West Virginia burns one of its 3 timeouts. Kevin Sumlin trying to get school record 4th bowl victory for the Aggies. Four straight is what they're looking for. 2nd down and 9 after that West Virginia timeout. Carson gets it up to the 30 and down at about the 31-yard line. And another quick timeout called by West Virginia. Aggie's looking to get to the 35. Got it. 1st down, Malcolm Kennedy. The true freshman goes to the sure-handed senior for that critical pickup.
Yeah, it's man-to-man across, and they left space for Malcolm Kennedy here. And listen, talk about making a big play, defining moments in your career. That's a tough catch, folks. Don't take any catch or any ball for granted. That senior right there, Kennedy, showing you the reason why he was the leader of this receiving corps. And these young guys around him, Seals Jones, Reynolds, Noyle, these guys can learn right from there, closing the deal and getting that 1st down.
Yeah, the only senior receiver that unit, with the exception of him, returns next season. So another strength for Texas A&M in 2015. That receiving corps as Carson carries for 2. The clock running, and West Virginia will call another timeout, and their last timeout of the game. So West Virginia's out of timeouts with 1:33 to go. That's Carson. And the Mountaineers can't stop the clock. And now again tempers flaring. It's been that kind of game, and we've seen it get chippy to the point of embarrassment on that A&M sideline already today.
And you look at West Virginia, you know, you look at a defense that's going to have everybody back except Riddick. Clay, that's something you can build on. It's been a first. They're going to have a senior-led defense next year. Now it's the offense's turn that has to grow up quickly. They're losing some big play wide receivers. White, Alford, you're losing your quarterback. Skyler Howard looks to potentially be the guy. But they're going to have new players step up and state their claim and continue this offense to be strong.
4th down coming up. As the clock rolls, under 40 seconds, post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One immediately following the game on ESPN3. And don't forget the Russell Athletic Bowl. We'll get you out there as soon as we're done here in Memphis.
It's been a great year, buddy, me and you. I'll tell you, it's been a pleasure.
2015 started today for Texas A&M, and he has to feel good about getting the program's 8th win here in 2014, his 28th win as head coach of the program, a new facility essentially at Kyle Field with all the improvements at that stadium, good recruiting class, and a quarterback in Kyle Allen who may have put a good foot forward into winning that job for next year.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about the maturity level, just getting these guys to understand what it takes to win and finish. Today they finished the game in great fashion.
And that's going to do it as Allen sprints back. It's a 45-37 win for Texas A&M. They're the AutoZone Liberty Bowl champions for 2014. For Don Davenport, Anthony Beck, Don Clay Matvick. Next on ESPN, more Bowl Mania. The Russell Athletic Bowl, Oklahoma. Number 17, Clemson. So long from Memphis.